Today we're replacing spark plugs on my 2010 Civic Si. Alright, so to start off, you'll pop these little caps off. There is a little slot on the side here. I just have a small pocket screwdriver. Anything you can use that fits in there. Just twist it, it'll pop right up. It's a 17 millimeter nut on there. I've got a wobble socket and an impact gun. You can also do this with a ratchet and a regular socket. Alright, you just repeat the same on the other side. Might be a little tougher to get to with the hood open. There we go. Cut that one off. Okay. Let's grab these. Set them aside, because we're taking the whole cowl off. Okay, once you've removed the 17 millimeter nuts on both sides, you'll lift each wiper blade, wiggle them off. They're on a little spline in the center, so once you wiggle it loose, it should just slide off. Now we remove these covers on each side. I believe we may need to take these off as well. Okay, so I've popped these covers out on each side and reached under and popped the cowl up on either side. There's also some push clips you have to lift up. There's also one in the center you don't want to forget. And you have to lift the trim as well to separate it from these corner pieces. But you'll have to give it a good pry before it'll want to come away. Oh, looks like I forgot a clip. But almost out. Alright, once you get the cowl away, just flip it over and you'll want to pull this washer fluid hose off. Alright, now to get the underside of the cowl off, there is a 10 and 2 12 mils right here on the corner, and then there is another 10 mil buried back there, another one right in the center, and then the same ones on this side as there were on the other side, that one back there included. Then we can get access to the spark plug cover and the coil packs. Okay, I'm gonna try this with one hand. Let's bring this over here. Actually, let's switch to R12. All right. That one was a bit tighter. Looks like we need an extension. This is where it's really nice to have wobbly sockets. I have some nice snap-on ones, but I've just used some cheap Harbor Freight or gear wrench stuff over the years, and it's worked just fine. Oh, he gone. That's no good. Hopefully we find that one. This little ring is wore out. Alright. Gonna be a little easier with those ones. Alright. Let's grab our 10 on the extension. One down here. Well, that was not very tight. All right, let's lift this thing out. All right, now we're gonna take off the cover. Holy crap. These are longer than I thought. Oh, there we go. Alright. Got the cover off. I'm gonna get these last two bolts out, hold the coils down. Lift these one at a time. Just lay these in order here. Looks like we will be revisiting this. The spark plug wells look like they're having a little oil seep into them. This engine has 125,000 miles, so not entirely surprised by that. Let's pull the plugs out. All right, time to pull plugs. We're gonna cheat a little bit. 3. Alright, since I've mostly worked on Subarus for the majority of the time I've worked on cars, I don't have a spark plug socket that has a little O-ring in it to pull the plugs out, so I've got a magnet. That looks pretty terrible. That was number 4. Number 3 looks pretty much just as awful. Two, terrible. Number 1, also junk. I don't really like DENSO spark plugs. Got some NGKs to replace them. It's the first time I've tried these Ruthenium plugs. Usually I go with laser iridiums on pretty much anything Japanese, but we're gonna give these a shot because they're supposed to be a little bit better and last even longer, and they weren't any more expensive. So let's see. We're gonna replace the air filter while we're here. Sweet, 6 clips. A lot easier with the cowl out of the way for sure. That looks pretty gross. Oh, make sure we catch all the crap that falls off this filter. A little dusty in there. We might go for a clean out when we do this valve cover gasket job, and likely a valve adjustment. But for now, we'll just get this new filter in. Super simple. Alright, let's get this tray back in. I want to start it from the passenger side. And then just bring this in like that. And we'll get all the bolts started by hand. Now we can set our tray back in upside down. So we want to, maybe get our washer and hook back up. There we go. I feel like I made that a little harder than it needed to be. But here we are. Make sure all those clips feel like they're started. We'll push from the center out. All right. Put the gasket back on. And our covers. Let's replace these wipers while we're at it. Maybe. Let's find out if I'm smarter than a wiper blade today. Oh, just barely. Got one. All done. Sounds a lot happier. We're gonna go get this thing cleaned up now.